This is The Roar, with your hosts, Jake McCoy and Morgan Hummel. Wildcat Sports with Reed Cartnell. And a look at Wildcat weather with Eric Dickey.
Hello and welcome to The Roar. I'm your host, Morgan Hummel.
And I'm Jake McCoy. Let's start the show off with taking a look at this week's weather forecast with Eric Dickey.
Whoa! The temperatures are dropping, guys. It is getting cold. My advice to you is to get your little jackets, put them on, slip on your little gloves, bundle up in some scarves, and let's look at the weather, because I'm Eric Dickey. Let's take a look at the national map. Whoa, look at this. We got a lot more activity coming in from last week. We got activity and precipitation just coming into this northeast. Let's zoom in to the Ohio map. Whoa, look at this, man. We got all kinds of stuff going on down here. We got precipitation just moving up on here, and it looks like we're going to get some later in the week. But you know what? Let's make sure and take a look at the weather. Whoa, look at that. Today is great. It's sunny, and it's a high of 50, and it's a low of 30. Oh, Saturday, boo, we're getting some clouds in there. No one likes clouds. We want the sun to be out there. But hey, it's how it goes. We got a partly cloudy on Saturday with a high of 61 and a low of 42. Sunday, look at that again, more clouds. Are you kidding me, people? It's going to be a high of 62 and a low of 42. Monday, again, man, what are the odds? It's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 62 and a low of 44. Tuesday, whoa, we got some changes. Looks like Tuesday we're going to be singing in the rain with Gene Kelly because it's going to be a high of 59 and a low of 39. Whoa, I'm Eric Dickey. This was the weather. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Eric. Your weather skills are always informing as well as entertaining.
Well, so is the NHS Marching Band. This was their 30th year in attending state competition. Ashley Gregg has more on the story. Let's take a look.
The Pride of North Marching Band participated in the Ohio Music Education Association's 30th state finals. The show that the band performed this year was entitled Legend and included 5 musical movements and epic fast-moving drill. To find out more about how marching shows are judged, I went and talked to the director of bands, Mr. Miller.
Basically, what happens when a band goes to state, they are judged by 9 judges, and they have the opportunity to get a score from 1 to 5, 5 being the worst, 1 being the best. They use a rubric, which is used with point totals, so you have to get a certain point total in order to get the higher ratings.
To qualify for state, a band must have received a 1 in another competition. To qualify for state and to perform at state requires hours of hard work. I went and talked to some of the band members to see what they thought about state.
I think it takes a lot of time and work to earn a 1, and I'm glad we got a 1 at state.
I think we did an awesome job for getting the 1 at state, especially on our hard work we had used during the whole entire 3 months that we worked on. Our great director, Mr. Miller, was the one who helped us all out in getting the 1, and for pretty much our leaders helping us stay on task, get our work, learn our music, learn our drill. Everything adds up for us to get a 1.
It's pretty amazing. We continue the tradition and everything, and we work really hard while doing at practice and doing our best. And it may not seem it'll pay off at practice, but it really does, and it's amazing.
Marching band requires a lot of time and work, but in the end, it's all worth it. As you can see, the band has worked very hard to uphold this tradition. I'm Ashley Gregg, back to you.
Thanks for that, Ashley. You know, the arts department has always been top-notch at the high school.
I would have to agree with you, Jake. Anthony Horbay got up and close and personal with actors and actresses of Newark's latest production, 12 Angry Men. Anthony?
Hi, I'm Anthony Warbay. I'm here at the Newark High School Auditorium talking to Mr. Williams and his students about their fall performance of 12 Angry Men. Newark High School Drama Department have been hard at work getting their fall play ready. This year, the fall performance is 12 Angry Men, a riveting tale of Southern justice.
So rehearsals are grueling and long. especially this week. This is Tech Week. For those of you who don't know, it's like a big week. And we stay until like 9 or later every night. We actually get fed, which is kind of cool. You know, it's all good.
We've been rehearsing for the last 2 months. The cast has been in here for the last 2 months rehearsing. The cast pretty much has the show together. We're just ironing out details by this point. It's a difficult show because there are no minor characters. Everyone in the show carries the weight of the show, and everyone in the show is on the stage the whole time. So there are no minor characters. Everyone has a lot to do.
Mostly everyone else is like getting up and yelling and screaming and getting really frustrated, and I just kind of sit there and like I throw a few, I don't know, clever comments into the mix that kind of make people think more about the case and think more, like a little more in depth about the case, and kind of throw some curveballs in there, and it changes things up throughout the play, so it gets a little interesting. Come enjoy the show. It's going to be good, and we need a full house, so come and join us with the fun.
The first showing of the play will be during periods 6, 7, and 8. Later that evening, another performance will be taking place at 7:30. On Saturday, they will be performing their final show at 7:30 p.m. Make sure to come see it. Wow, looks like it's going to be a great performance. I'm Anthony Warbay for The Roar. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Anthony. I'm looking forward to seeing the show this weekend. I'm sure it will be quite entertaining.
That it will, Morgan. You know, there's enough talent there for all of them to begin a career in theater after high school.
Well, for those of you who are pursuing any career after high school, you may want to check out the following scholarships.
Information regarding the Kenneth L. Howard Scholarship is available in the guidance office. The scholarship is for first-generation college applicants or African-American males. Deadline to apply is February 19th of 2010.
The Ohio Civil Rights Commission is sponsoring an art essay and multimedia contest celebrating the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Deadline for submissions is December 11th. If you're interested and want to get contest rules and entry forms, you can visit www.crc.ohio.gov or call the Ohio Civil Rights Commission at 1-888-278-7101.
Now, those deadlines are approaching fast, so be sure to swing by the hub for the updates and other scholarship opportunities. In the meantime, we'll give you as much information as we possibly can from here in the studio.
Seniors, keep in mind you have a deadline to keep in mind for next week. Turn in orders for cap and gowns and graduation announcements are due Friday, November 13th in the hub. Cap and gowns are to be paid in full. Graduation announcements need a minimum deposit of $60. Class rings can be ordered with a $75 deposit. If you could not attend the senior meeting, extra information packets are available in the hub.
Attention sophomores, it's time to register to take the plan, which will be given on November 18th in the Newark High School Library. The plan is a practice ACT assessment to help 10th graders prepare for the ACT. See the guidance secretary in the hub to register. The cost is $10 and the deadline to register is also Friday the 13th.
Well, now that we're on somewhat of a serious note, let's go to my story on the mock crash event sponsored by Operation Lifesaver. Thanks, guys. I'm Morgan Hummel for the Wildcat News Network here in St. Louisville, Ohio, where Operation Lifesaver is hosting a mock crash event for emergency personnel and bus drivers. Let's take a look.
Ohio Operation Lifesaver, which I'm the state coordinator of, we have partnered with the Licking County Educational Service Center, the school bus transportation supervisors in Licking County, Newton Township Fire Department, Highway Patrol, law enforcement, other mutual aid responders, emergency management agency, the Sheriff's Department. We partnered to put together a mock school bus and train crash.
A great amount of preparation and hard work went into making the event as close to the real thing as possible.
This was one of the most realistic ones. I've been on a couple wrecks involving school buses and autos, so I mean, it went really well. Like I said, pretty realistic.
School bus and train collisions are like airplane crashes. They happen very infrequently. So this gives our emergency providers and responders a unique opportunity to have some real-time, hands-on training.
The main goal of the mock crash was to permanently embed the situation into the minds of the Licking County school bus drivers.
A traffic crash is probably the single most violent thing anybody will be involved in, and they're very common, so you've got to be careful.
The biggest thing we like to have them do today is that not only if it's a train crossing, it could be a four-way crossing or just or pouring out on the street. They have the responsibility. The most precious gift that we have are children, and each and every one of us want to see our children do well, and we want them to live for a long life. We don't want them to have their life ended in a tragic crash like this.
And that's the utmost thing in a bus driver's mind is the students.
Hopefully today's lesson is a lesson learned. I'm Morgan Hummel, back to the studio.
You know, I'm really glad we attended that event. I think it really hit home for the local school bus drivers and other viewers.
Well, I know I'll definitely be more careful driving my own car.
Well, that's good because you're a terrible driver, Morgan.
Well, let's get off the subject of my bad driving habits and go to Reed Cardinal with an update on sports as well as a preview of the upcoming bowling season. Reed?
Hey, what's up, Cats? This past Friday, the football team closed out their season in Lancaster. The Gales beat the Cats 63-13, and unfortunately, the Cats ended the season winless. Now that all fall sports have come to a close, we can look forward to the winter sports. And with our first winter sports preview, I'm going to send it over to Ethan Yost, where he is at AMF Valley Lanes to take a look at the bowling team.
Hey, Cats. I'm Ethan Yost from The Roar, here today at AMF Valley Lanes, reporting to you about the bowling team. Let's go see what they're up to.
My hopes for the team is that we can go undefeated again and make it state.
Returning players say that bowling is their passion, and that is why they constantly come back each year to join the team and play the sport called bowling.
Bowling pretty much means I can do whatever I want and still love it.
My hopes for the team this year is just to get stronger each week, and hopefully by the time we get to district tournaments, we'll be at right where we need to be as far as peaking at the right time.
The bowling team only has 4 returning players, which gives more room for new players to come and join the team.
For the team is to make it to state again this year. Last year we made it to districts but did not make it to state.
Well, Cats, that's the bowling team for you. This is Ethan Yost, back to The Roar.
Thanks, Ethan. That's all we have for sports this week.
For those of you who are interested in being on the bowling team, sign up is in room 200C. Tryouts are being held on November 12th at 3:30. There will be 2 girls teams and 2 guys teams, so there will be a need for 16 guys and 16 girls. Please see Mrs. Wiley with any questions.
Well, we all know I'm no athlete, so I think I'll sit the sidelines on this one and just watch.
Sidelines is football, Morgan. Try alleys.
Well, I'm Morgan Hummel.
And I'm Jake McCoy. Thanks for watching the show.
We leave you with the alma mater. Go Cats.
Rivals, they cannot withstand thy might, for we all shall be